Are we ready?
Yeah. Welcome back to another episode of Bianca with Lazer. Today's guest, good friend of mine, new haircut, new bob haircut, strong gold earrings in the front, was wearing a racing shirt. He's going, you know what, I'm going to keep it classy because I'm that sassy bitch from St. Louis. Y'all give it up for Bianca Parado. What's up,
Wow, Uncle Lazer.
dude? How are you, dude? I'm sorry to mean to steal your...
No, I like that
My
you
bad,
did it.
dude. My bad.
Lazer's so high right now.
I'm fucking obliterated. I'm like panicky high, but it'll come down. It'll come down. It's just I forgot how strong our weed is. Because like you said earlier, when you're talking about that pen, you just took that little baby hit. One thing is a little small ass bitch joint. That ain't gonna do nothing to me. I had ripped it a couple times in the car, and now I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot. It's not how big it is. It's not the size of the dog. It's the fucking
the bite.
The bite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? So yeah.
Well, now you go and you look at like what weed, like the percentages of the actual like THC in it, and you're like, oh, 98%. It's fucking crazy.
98%. Oh, out of 100? Yeah, that's why I feel this way. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in that percentile of, yeah, dude. I don't know. Weed's getting too strong, so scares me. Anyways, sorry, I'm here. What's up?
I'm happy to have you.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
I almost canceled on you. I like to do shit like that, but I when you told me to move shit around, I was like, I can't do that. I gotta be.
Yeah. You had court today?
No, I just lied. I just what it was is, dude, when I've been going on the road and I'm starting to realize that like I'm going to have to start taking breaks and like really maintaining shit, like rest. Like I'm starting, like my voice is starting to get affected, and like just my overall, like I'm like, yo, I need to be able to take it easy and have rest days and work out and get focused, get mentally sharp again. So like, yeah, I'm trying to let the. Anyways, what do we do? Why am I this high? Sorry, didn't mean to get gay on you.
No. Truly, I actually had a question for you about that because I've known you really since like you started comedy.
Yeah.
Pretty, if not very shortly after. Like.
Yeah. You sure have. Yeah.
And so I've kind of watched you throughout the process, but something that always fascinated me about you, and that like I've never understood, is just how you maintain to always be so on. And I just don't know how you have the bandwidth for it. And so you even bringing that up right now, it's like, how do you have the bandwidth to just constantly be on, to constantly not even just be on socially, but like fun?
It's taxing. I mean, so like, dude, like Uncle Lazer is, Tyler, but like just turned up to motherfucking 11, So I still walk around with that kind of veracity just in everyday life. But, like when I was in the oil field, you had to like, you go work out for a long period of days and you come home, right? And that's your time to party because you can't drink and party and shit. Like I was in the middle of the desert. So like I'm gone for like a month. I get like 2 weeks off. It's bow, but I got like a month to reset. But like comedy or the scene and all that shit around it feels like a party all the time. And I don't have the ability, not quite yet, to be like, yo, I can just go out, have a beer or two, and like chill, and then I'll go home. If I'm in a social setting, I see some beer, I start drinking a couple beers in, I'm like, yo, let me get some blow. And then the next thing I know, I'm out till 7, 8 in the morning, and like I'm doing that like in Austin, and then on the road, I'm really ramping it up. And I'm not giving myself no goddamn cut time, man. It's like I'm starting to see it in my health, my mental, my like dude, I was fucking the other day and had a goddamn heart palpitations. I said, what is happening here? It's right when we started the war with Iran. Man, I was like, hey, you can't stay in my bunker. You know what I'm saying? You got to go, girl. But like, we got done, and I was like, and rhythmic. I went in the shower. I go, what is happening to me? I said, I'm like 35. Yeah. It was 11 a.m. We were all railed out on blow, and I'm like, there's your reason, brother.
It's been 24 hours since you slept.
Dude, and then we went to war with Iran. What do you think? What do you think about the war in Iran? What do you think about the Hormuz Straits?
You know what? I had Lily Michelle on this podcast that's out. If you would like to hear a take on the war of Iran, you can watch that because she could say it better than I could. Okay. And so,
I just been doing this thing where I'm like, go up to people randomly and I'm like, hey, what's your stance on the war in Iran?
Yeah.
And I just walk away.
I mean, I just personally believe that. I don't know why that we're fighting another country's battle and
let's don't get into it.
Yeah. Because we both want careers in showbiz, so we got to be careful about what we talk about. Yeah.
Yes, I know. Look at these fucking legs. Are you cameraman? You getting the legs?
I think legs are in there for sure.
Good.
That Charizard is definitely
good. It's Charmander.
And we can always cut this. How's his audio? Because he's taped right here. Is he gonna brush up and should we have him?
If you're moving a lot, it may.
I might have you go right here.
Oh, in the middle?
Yeah, and we'll cut this out.
I forgot all that hair's right there. Ooh, that hurt. Be all right.
And then yeah, maybe just kind of
Check.
All right, move around a little bit.
Check.
Or wait, he's got tape over the mic.
Yeah, when you handed me the mic for myself to put on me, you just left me with so much responsibility. I had no idea what I was doing, but I didn't want to freak out and be like I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, so I just went with it, and I was like, I didn't do this right.
I just know we usually have girls on too that I'm like I'm not even gonna.
Will you get some more tape, Dale?
Yeah.
Oh, Dale, I like that take. Wait, so even if you got females on the show, like you just want to, like, you let them do everything, you won't because of this. Why is that? What's your thought process there, Dale? I'm interested.
Because I mean I'm not gonna get in there. I'm not gonna get in there and touch them.
Get in there and touch Lazer.
What if they wanted you to get in there and touch them, Dale? Would you get in there and touch them? Or
I
not?
actually wouldn't, even if they did want to.
Good man.
I would say absolutely not.
It's a trick. That's
It is
another
a
thing.
trick.
Put this on your fucking list. One thing I'm scared of. These women coming out of the woodwork trying to cancel a motherfucker. You got to get it in writing, homie. So it may look like I'm fuckboy city on the road and shit, but dude, a lot of the times, if they're like nuts, I'll just like, hey, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go home back to the hotel.
Oh, you're starting to.
Oh no, there's like
reel it
clout
in.
chasing bitches that just want to ruin motherfuckers' careers. I've seen it firsthand.
Yeah.
I've seen it firsthand. Yeah, get in there, Dale.
And then yeah, I was just noticed. So I didn't want to have problems because you're moving, which is great, but I didn't want your
We're just gonna go.
Well, he's moving a lot, so should we put it on his chest in the middle?
Oh,
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Here, I'll try to.
I mean, if we just have to look at it, like if you can see it.
please,
too.
I want the
Yeah,
camera to see
Eric,
it
I
too.
just
I
don't
won't
want
be like,
to fucking rip your chest hair off.
oh no, it's going to hurt.
Is this all on camera? Let him
You want
rip
me
it.
to just hold it the whole time?
No.
I like holding it.
No. I just wanted to make sure that if you were moving, it wasn't going to be something that was gonna like affect if I wanted to. But we'll let Dalen.
There's a lot of pressure right
Oh, I could see what I was saying. You left me to do this by myself. You at least got two hands. I can only do it like that.
Yeah, but you're comfortable with yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I would have.
You comfortable with it?
Hit me with it right there. Good. Oh, Bianca bossing everybody around. I remember when she used to boss us around, dude. No, keep that wire out. I like that.
Is that tape okay on his chest like that?
Yeah, it's fine. Check. Check. Check.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I can hear it from there.
Wait, a lot just happened, and
And we're back. Listen, back with another episode of Bianca and Lazer.
we're back.
We're back.
We were making sure everything was mic'd up correctly, and in that meantime, Lazer, you said that you're done with the crazy bitches on the road. You also called me bossy, which I disagree with.
Very
And
bossy.
Not bossy.
A lot of boss.
Oh,
By boss bitch.
yeah,
But with
The
a boss
perfect-
bitch comes she can be very bossy.
the perfect amount of bossy, one would say.
I wouldn't say the perfect amount. I'd say there's a lot of it, but sometimes you just gotta go out and navigate those waters. But when you're on the road with somebody, that's what you figure out. Like, remember when we would go out on shit, like there was a time where I would just scream at your ass back and we would holler and fight. Sometimes you just gotta know when to lay down, take it on the chin. Because with that comes mutual respect. You started seeing me do that, and it started getting easier to get along with you. Because when two alphas fucking collide, scissor me fucking timbers, chop down trees with their knees, we'll break the whole forest up. Remember that time we didn't want to stay at that goddamn that Red Roof Inn with all them low income folks, we'll call them.
It was not the low income folks that was a problem at the Red Roof Inn. It was that we were in, what is it called, Texarkana?
Texarkana.
Texarkana at 2 a.m. Lazer wants to pull over. We're doing gigs on the road.
Shifts.
Yeah.
We didn't drive like 14, 16, 17 hours, something like that.
And so he wants to pull over and stay at a Red Roof Inn. And I wasn't being a bougie about that, but we literally pull up and there's actual people shooting up outside of the Red Roof Inn at 2 a.m. And I said, Lazer, I've got a matching suitcase set. If we walk into this Red Roof Inn, I'm getting robbed or worse. And he was putting up a fight until finally you could see the genuine fear.
You were scared.
And you were like, all right, we'll move.
Because then I started looking at it going, fuck, maybe Bianca's not wrong. Because then I finally, I think I was doing something else. I didn't see them shoot it up. They just looked like they were hanging out. They just looked like a couple guys shooting the shit. And then it turns out they were shooting rock. And I finally seen it. And I go, oh shit, no, Bianca's like fearing for her life. Okay, let's get out of here. See what I'm saying? Bend the knee sometimes.
Yeah, let's go put the princess up somewhere.
Yeah, let's put her up somewhat of a castle. We don't put her in a straw shack.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, I
exactly.
get it,
So
I get
when
it.
I get a little bit bossy, it's usually for good reason.
Yeah, sometimes.
We communicate well though, because like you said, we've been into some heated moments where then we both walk away, and then later on we say, "Hey, we need to sit down. We need to talk about this."
Yeah.
We always bounce back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we were before we kind of went on this tangent.
Sorry.
No, never be sorry. This is a free flowing state of mind. But we were talking about how, you're like needing more rest, everything like that. Do you feel like there's a certain expectation of the level of on that you have to be? Do you even really feel like you can have those days where you just want to be a little bit more relaxed or a little bit more chill, or do you kind of always feel
Well,
like
it's
you got to
kind of
turn it
yes
up?
and no. That's kind of yes and no. Cause like I said, like even if I wasn't like doing like I was still wearing cutoff sleeve shirts and a party fucking guy, before like comedy. So like that's kind of my natural instinct when I'm just out in the world, like just seeing the world in like a fuck yeah, let's go do that kind of way, like a fuck yeah, whatever you want to call that. So like it's not like I necessarily have to be on. I'm kind of just on, like it's gonna be ramped up several notches on stage, right? But if I'm like hungover and I got my goddamn sex offender sevens on, my glasses, and I'm in like basketball shorts and dressed like fucking Adam Sandler,
You
and
do,
and
yeah.
I'm walking around, like I just fear that people look like, oh, it's not really, like, well, oh shit, who's that guy? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but yeah, you come up to me, I'm like, I'm hungover. This is what I would really dress like if I'm fucking hungover too. So sorry if I'm not like, oh, fuck your mom through the window. I'm like, yo, motherfucker, leave me alone. I'm hungover. So it's like, I'm always on, but I'm always just gonna be me. So it's like, but I'm getting to the point now. I'm starting to realize because people are starting to know me and shit. So I don't necessarily have to go out every night and drink beers with the guys in the nosebleed seats, to like show that I'm like a fucking genuine guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I want to go do that, but also too, you guys get to come out and party with me for this fucking night on this Saturday, but I got to do this for 4 more motherfucking shows, in a fucking city 4 different nights. So it's like, this may be your motherfucking Super Bowl, but this is like another Tuesday to me. So
Yeah.
I don't have time to do that anymore. I got to go rest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your comedy style had a smell, what would it be?
Horseradish. Horseradish sauce.
Why? Why, and why did it come so fast?
It's just got that like, kind of, and then it's like, damn, that's not that bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you got to dip it with something. You know what I'm saying? Or put it on like a sandwich, like a roast beef sandwich, a little horseradish sauce.
Well, most of the time, also when you put horseradish into like a little cream-based sauce,
Yeah.
you're like, oh,
Like, whoa, that's there.
yeah. Did you know that most wasabi is horseradish?
Yeah, that's
Dyed green?
That's why I just didn't say wasabi. Real wasabi is like from a root, and they like fucking, and it's that same kind of spectrum color, but like the texture isn't as fucking mushy. It's cool. If
Yeah.
you go like a real sushi restaurant, the real wasabi, it's legit.
Yeah.
So good, better than horseradish, but I'm not that good at comedy yet.
Horseradish came really quickly to you.
Yeah. I was gonna say tartar sauce, but
No.
I like hush puppies with ketchup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You a big ketchup guy?
love it. You know why?
Why?
We see Bianca, before I moved out to about 17, 18 years old, I didn't know that you could cook a steak other than well done. You see, when we grew up, we were poor, and we go out and hunt shit and shit like that. And there for a long time, we see some animal on the side of the road hit or something. We go in there and cut the back straps out, cut around all the infection, bleach the meat, and we barbecued the meat well done. And, you could only really, if you're going to eat something that hard, the ketchup, it's like a rubber boot like that, but the ketchup kind of softens it, so like you can eat it, slides down your throat, don't get stuck in your teeth. So yeah, I put ketchup on fucking meat until I was about 20, 21, because then I realized, oh shit, you don't have to cook, you don't get sick if you don't cook it like all the way through. You can make it pink in the middle and not get sick. So I was like, yeah. How did we get to that question? What's happening here? What are you doing to me? What's in that water?
I'm gonna bring you on some wild roads.
Yeah, dude, what's up?
Speaking of food, though, and you're like growing up and like the cuisine that you ate, your mom is the first person that ever made me chicken spaghetti.
Ooh,
And I've tried to replicate it.
can't do it.
You can't.
Can't do it.
It's
It's just them people, they cooked with like, they just cook like poor people. It's fucking poor people. You have to cook well to like make shit taste good. You know what I'm saying? So like my mom, my grandma, all of them know how to cook really well.
Yeah.
Cause like my grandma will cook like, and the shit they cook. Like my grandma, whenever we go fishing on a river, catch a bunch of catfish. You know, you just get the fillet out of the catfish, throw the guts away and shit. She like they utilized everything. Like she would like make them cut the fucking heads off, put the catfish head in stew, and make catfish head stew. It's badass, tastes delicious, but it's just like resourceful motherfuckers. you
Yeah.
know?
The real Native American comes out of poor white
The
folk.
real Indian, the
Yeah,
real living
yeah.
off the land.
Well, you're interesting because you are a fun combination of white trash and new money. What is your favorite way to indulge in both?
Oh no, I'm cash poor, Bianca. I don't know where you got your info from. I'm in between jobs. We're living check to check to some degree. Because even though it looks like the hair's looking good and the gold looks real, no, baby, because all the money comes in goes right back out to try to make the shit self-sustain itself. So there ain't no new money in this shit. When I quit my job in the oil field, I was making $500,000 a year. I ain't even got anywhere close to that since I've been in comedy. Now it's getting better. Shit started to make a little sense, but. Out in the oil field, I knew what money was, but in comedy, I'm still like, it's only starting right now like, I'm starting to see like, okay, this was the correct decision. Because there for a minute, it did not feel like the correct decision.
Were you really starting to?
Motherfucker, yes, I was. When I ran out of that goddamn money, like, because when I sold my house, I got like an extra $147,000, something like that.
Yeah.
And I burned through that shit that first year with y'all and the people, and all that shit. So to y'all, it may have looked comfortable, motherfucker. When that goddamn money started running out and that little pressure gets to that little cooker at the last end, that's when I was like, oh, I gotta fucking buckle down and make this shit a job, homie.
But that's almost a blessing.
It is.
It
is. And you told me that in that car ride when I was freaking out on Reddit on them motherfuckers when I told Tony, I got more followers than you and cut your hair. Like, your hair standing and shit like that. Like, I got off that stage and my brother was like, yo, we need to go. That was terrible. This is the worst thing. Let's just leave. And then to this day, I never watched that episode. It's fucking bad. And that's when I was in like, I thought my shit was over, done with. But if I don't fall like that, then I don't go do what I'm supposed to do. Because I didn't do the open mic scene like everybody else did. I just got thrust into this shit. And you fail. And you fall in, because like y'all go bomb in a coffee shop in front of 12 fucking people and 8 of them were comics. You get to learn how to bomb in front of nobody. When I'm bombing in front of 200 fucking people, and them people ain't coming back to see you again. So the money on the back end runs out. You gotta it's a different way of doing it, but it still fucking sucks dick. Like, cause now I gotta do a fucking hour when I got maybe 5 minutes. I was taking the night I found Cam, that Cam opened up for me, I fucking took a goddamn box fan from the green room out on stage and elbow dropped it first thing, bled through my elbow the whole fucking time I was on stage, homie. I was reaching at fucking straws. You talk about fucking new money, old comedy or no shit, dude. And I was making a lot of money and quit that shit to go be something that I saw potential in. And like, you find out real quick, just because you are goofy and can talk funny don't mean you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
That 15 minutes only gets you so far.
Well, no, I really remember that era of your life and I thought about it while you were going through it, because you also, before you even did Kill Tony, you had your own personality on the internet. You had built up yourself, and that's why you were able to almost just kind of slide into that world, because you were already who you were and you already had a good amount of people that like loved and followed you. So going from your own like social media career and then going into stand-up, you had just way more eyes on you, not even just like fans, but comics. Because at that point, all of the comics, we had just moved to Austin, everybody's a brand new open micer, everybody's down here, and then you came in with 100K followers. That's a star at that point, And so you didn't really get a crash and burn in the darkness like we all got to. You had to do it with the spotlight on you. And I always really felt for you for that.
And let me tell you something, bombing, it gets hot up there. But when that spotlight's real bright and you're bombing, that's just Dante's Inferno. Like, because because then you got two structures of it, that thing that kind of bites you in the ass. You start failing in front of audience who like love you and shit, but comics start seeing you. And once a comic's seen you once, that's seen you. Comics don't watch comics. Friends watch friends if they're friends and they're both in comedy and they like talk comedy and shit like that. Like when I go out on the road with like Kim and like, some of my other features and shit like that. Like, we like talk comedy as we're driving and shit because it's good to have perspective. But comics in general don't watch comics. They just don't. So when they see you once, they've seen you. They don't see your growth. They don't see your progression. Because comics, like, I know it's like, there's a comics comic, but I don't want to be a fucking comics comic. Like, I want to make these people laugh and get this money. And when you're getting opportunities above comics have been doing it for 10 fucking years, you get wrote off. And so it's been hard to like climb into shit because they still think in their minds, because now most of them, some of them have mothership, some of them have, higher up things now that we didn't have in the beginning. And I was like, it's just, you don't just lose fans. You like, people lose faith. They're like, yeah, I'm not booking that fucking guy. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, I saw him once 4 years ago.
Yeah, because like, dude, it's.
I try to be really forgiving with that because we've all had sets. Like, you'll be on a fucking banger and then all of a sudden have one crash out show that you're like.
Yeah. God damn it. Hold on. Something's happening. Sorry. I don't mean to break up your Black Panther party. Fucking, I thought I put. Stop calling me. Sorry about that. I thought there was a microphone.
Is everything okay?
Everything is fine now. Okay. Yeah, crash and burn. Yeah, it's good. We're back.
Okay.
We'll get in post.
What was I saying?
Sorry, see, I didn't want to take the call because I knew it was going to break your train of thought.
Did you go on Do Not Disturb?
Yeah.
Are you on Do Not Disturb?
Yes, but yes.
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 Okay.
It's on silent.
How are you feeling right now?
Coming off the fucking peak of that highness.
Now I remember what I was going to ask you.
What's up?
When do you think that was what do you think the turning point was from going to that kind of like open micer in the spotlight to being like, damn, I'm actually good at this. I feel like I put in the work and now I feel like a real comedian.
So, I think I thought I started finally hitting my stride. It was actually at the American Comedy Club in San Diego, and I'm literally going there in like 2 weeks. This was like not this February, but the one before.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's about a year and a half ago.
about a year and a half ago, I would say. And I just remember walking on stage, and I did the radio there, and Thursday shows like almost sold out, and then I did the radio, all the shows were sold out, and then like I just was like, look, man, these people know who you are. They're coming to see. And at that point, I felt like I could kind of feel my progression, getting like, having people would come up to me like, yo, we saw you a couple months ago. It's night and day difference, blah, blah, blah. I really started got on the road with some good guys, not just dudes I was taking from here, like dudes that like were better than me, but like would talk to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, change of scenery can really reflect from different eyes. So like, you're in Austin, you got comics here who are fucking like badass comics, right? But they've seen you enough, right? And then like to them, you're just because I got taken advantage of for a lot, not like sexually, but, like fucking like tickets and stuff like that. Like, maybe, hey man, we'll give you $800, come out, and like fuck ton of people show up. And I can just get like an $800 check when I know they probably made 10 grand. So I started getting fucked on that end. So then I started getting mad. So then I was like, yo, I got to surround myself with people who want to help me grow and will be better than me and force me to get better. So I started surrounding my people more like Casio, who else is out there? Darius Bennett, shit like that. Like some of these guys with me, like they were just like, they wanted to ride and hang. They knew I'd pay them good. They wouldn't take advantage of me. And they would like talk to me and teach me, like, and I could watch every night before me. I can watch a fucking just ninja slicing people up, and I'd have to learn from that. And I have to follow that. And so as that started cruising, you started learning, because now you're doing that. 5 hours every week, a fucking hour show. I'm watching that shit and having to divulge off that shit and cut off that shit. And it starts callousing you. So you start getting kind of good real quick. And I remember in San Diego, all them people out there, and I'm like, yo, they're just here to see me. I was like, you know what, dude? Like, I'm in the green room. There's some women in there, and I'm just spitting game. Sometimes you get in that little pocket, you start throwing game at women, like just like, oh goddamn, you look like my mom at 21. I mean, what? Because what's that mean? Does I want to fuck my mom, or does she really look 21? Who cares? And I just walk away, because it elicits response. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I've seen you before. And she's like, where am I in my dreams, baby? You know what I'm saying? I'd lick her on the nose or whatever. And like, but at that point, when in that moment, in that green room, I realized, I said, stand up is picking up a chick at a bar. Like, sincerely, like the best times on stage is when you feel like, it's a pocket. And it feels like you're back in the garage with your homies and you're just laughing at shit again.
Mm-hmm.
But comedy, that is stand-up, but it's formatted different because these people are strangers. It's easier in front of your fans. You know what I'm saying? Like the people that come to see you, because when they come to see you, they know what they're in for. So it's easier to get. So you don't get, I've even got to this next little level where I don't judge my shit off of my crowd, because I know I can piss shit and fart with my crowd. My shit is, I like when I get to fucking open a roast battle in Mothership, or I get to do the Little Boy or whatever, and I get to do a crowd. People know who I am, but that's still somewhat of a showcase show. See, when I go, my shit that gets my dick off, what gets me hard now is getting those people who don't know me to follow me, on social media. That's a test of like, I don't just want to be that personality. Because dude, now women like our age are coming to shows. Like, it's kind of like, that's when I started seeing the shift of like, I'm starting to become pretty good because women who would come to the show, I could tell back in the day, I'm saying raunchy and crude shit. They get kind of like, you know, not really for me. But now, like, and then it got to the point where women were like, you know, we thought we were gonna hate you at first, but you're, you know, really, you know, that was
Mm-hmm.
great. That was great because it started becoming like there's a tastefulness to it. Like if you want to be successful in it, like I'm still raunchy and crude, I'm still going to be me, but I gotta say it clever. You have to use your words as like a liaison because everyone's thinking the shit.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be so vulgar and eccentric when you say it. You can, but you gotta be sharp. And like I started
Yeah.
learning wordplay and like portraying, and that's what I'm saying. If I was trying to at the bar or at the coffee shop trying to pick up some intelligent fucking woman, I couldn't come off as some fucking goofy, loud motherfucker. But I could still be slick and smooth and say witty shit without the big personality.
Mm-hmm.
I just started like, yo, sometimes you're gonna go to the bar. She's got a fat friend that wants to cock block, or she's got an ex-boyfriend that wants to stalk. All you got to do is just not miss.
Mm-hmm.
Just be cooler than the other side of the pillow. And I just started looking at it like that, started taking my time and just dissecting shit on stage. Like, they're here for me. Carve. Like, pick them up at a bar. And when I started doing that, shit started changing.
Yeah, that's a great way of looking at it, especially because you're tapping into something that you already know and you're relating it to comedy, which will just help you excel further and faster. And it's funny too because like I remember doing shows where you get booked for a clean show, and especially in the early stages of comedy, because all the stuff is dirty when you
Yep.
first start out, and then you're like, all right, well I don't have clean material, so how do I make this dirty material clean? And it's just by saying, instead of saying, oh, I was fucking this girl, you're like, I was being intimate with this woman. But even saying it like that makes like a joke, like you were saying, a little bit more suave. You're saying the same thing, but
You say it, yeah.
it's palpable.
Yeah, it's where people can absorb it without getting a distaste in their mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And like, cause in the way that like I started, you know, like Michael Jordan has a quote, you know, like where he's like, you know, I don't get into politics because you know Republicans buy sneakers too, right?
Hmm.
And so like I'm like, I can't alienate 50%. Like when a comic goes on stage and starts talking shit about women, I'm like, you fucking retard. I said,
Yeah.
do you know what you've just done? You've alienated 50% of the crowd, you fucking moron. I said, oh, because you know how I just trying to do jerk off and pull my finger jokes and women are dumb, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yo, what are you doing, faggot? What are you doing? I mean, what are you doing?
Just said, by
Look.
the way, don't alienate any specific group. Then said, said,
Oh no, I walk out there. No, my brother sucked a dick. I can say that word. You know what I'm saying? I know.
Yeah, you got an extra chromosome.
Hey,
You can
hey,
say retard.
can I tell you a story real quick talking about that? Because look, I say faggot and retard on my shows all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I don't mean it's not what you say, it's how you say it. I believe. You know, like that's how. I mean, look, but I have like that rape joke that I did. You'll have to get that in post. But I did that rape joke, and it's a good joke. It's you know it's an acting my first little acting thing that was really big.
And to say it's even a joke is not even really a joke. It's like a bit. It's a story.
It's a story,
And
right?
yeah.
But I, you know, I don't play on it. Like I've never had. But I was in fucking Gainesville this past Friday, and it was the late show, and I get off stage, we're taking pictures. Everybody's out there. It's a great show. It's a fire ass show, top to bottom. Everybody killed, and we're taking pictures. And then this lady, as I'm taking pictures, like with a group of girls, so this lady comes behind me and goes, I just want you to know when you said that rape joke, it sent me in a frenzy. And I had to go, come outside with my partner, his partner was this dude, no hair, painted toenails and sandals. I go, okay, partner, you know. And then like fucking, she's like, it's a trigger word. And like, I had to calm down with a cigarette. And like, you're so distasteful. And she tried to walk off, and I grabbed her. And I go, I said, you can say what you want to say. There's different ways to say that, but you cannot just say that and walk away. We got to have ourselves a little conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because like she said it in a way of like she could have pulled me to a side and had a disagreement with me, and we could have talked if she wanted to talk. I'll do that. I will.
She wanted
do
to
that.
talk at you
She
and
wanted to
leave.
talk at me. She didn't want to listen. And then the same thing, but just to prove her goofy ass point. Them three girls I'm supposed to take that goddamn picture with, as we're talking, she's talking about this trigger word and all this shit. And I'm like, ma'am, did you listen for the whole joke? She said, no, I left right when we started saying the word. And I go, you didn't even see the fucking whole joke. So like you're just bracing off a trigger word. I said, baby girl. I said, hey, ladies. I said, the little rape joke I was talking about earlier. At any point in time, did any of y'all get in discomfort, or was it like distasteful, or were all y'all uncomfortable at the time? She goes, no, that was your best joke of the night. I go, see, woman, it's just fucking you.
Yeah.
Then I threw her in front of a fucking moving, one of the bird scooters.
Well, and then another thing too, like when people say like, "Oh, you're triggering me. You hit my trigger," whatever else. It's like that's your trigger. I am not responsible for your triggers. If you are triggered and it causes a lash out or an emotional reaction, that's on you. You need to correct that. If you're only as strong as the things you get offended by. So if a word makes it so you have to exit a room and then come out and lash out at me, you're the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. So like, because I say fag all the time. I got gay guys come to my shows all the time. I say I have a trans show. Got trans come out. They love it. Oh, and dude, I probably need to use this in a bit somewhere. But dude, you could probably get some weird DMs. You get weird DMs, don't you?
You know what? Not as much anymore.
Well, because you're with Spencer, ain't it?
I feel like my vibe that I put off is almost a little bit less like crazy than it used to be, and so people.
Yeah, I see that.
Do you know what I mean?
I see
Like
what you're saying.
people kind of launch what they think they could maybe get away with or will be well received, and I feel like I kind of switched myself up, and so the things I'm getting are a little bit less insane.
Just hey, send me your LinkedIn and shit like that. Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah,
no, I get it.
Yeah, do you have any like meatball recipes?
Yeah,
anything
hey,
like that?
is it 450 or 350? You know what I'm saying? No, but dude, so I have that little trans joke I've been doing forever, and it's a great joke, but like,
Well, I don't know which one's
it's
this. Sure, I know.
I went to I went to a drag brunch or whatever, and like I thought it was like NASCAR and fucking mimosas, and it's just not that, it's a lot more than that, and you could tell, hey, these guys or those girls giving us the mimosas, those are dudes, those are biological men, and like even though they got bikinis on, their wieners don't look like they're there. That's a guy, and I know that, but they have bottomless mimosas. They do. And I got about 18 mimosas deep and forgot where the fuck I was at. And I got ready to risk it all on a girl named Peter. You know what I'm saying? And so anyways, but she winds up like sucking my dick or what. Anyways, that's part of the, whatever joke. And that's like kind of it. Like this trans lady messaged me. She was like once a man, but now she's a lady. Post-op, the whole 9 yards. And she's like, sucks that you're transphobic. Well, which I'm not, but she's like, sucks that you're transphobic. She goes, because no one sucks a dick like someone who misses theirs. And I'm like, I accepted the message and I hearted it. I at least hearted it, because I'm like, that was fucking, and then.
You're like, can I have that?
And then I was like, yeah, and then she blew me, saying but not a big deal.
No, it's funny too, because like, getting flagged for things that you say, I actually went out and I was going to do, the Squid Games, the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
I got put up for that show. Somebody recommended me for it. And
really?
Yeah, I was doing a comedy show and they came up and they're like, I actually got casted for this and I can't do it. They go, I think that you would be great. Would you mind if I put your name in for it? And I was like, no, I don't really want to do reality TV. And then I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'll go on as a comedian. I'll make it fun, whatever. I ended up ultimately not wanting to do it because they fuck with your emotions so much.
Really?
Yeah, because in the beginning it's light and it's fun. There's 400 people there. But then by the end, it's a mind game. They want it to be emotional. They want you to have to make these hard decisions or to put you on the spot. Like, I watch these seasons and I'm like, yeah, it starts fun. By the end, everybody's crying all the time, And so
I never thought about it like that.
Yeah, because that's the whole thing. They want to provoke emotion.
Wow.
And so it's like I would start fun, but by the time I'd end, I don't think it would bring out the best side of me.
That bossy bitch that I seen on the road everywhere we go. 100%, dude.
No,
Bianca,
Dale, don't laugh.
Bianca.
Dale, don't you dare laugh. No,
Bianca,
really
you could
bossy.
win that motherfucker, dude.
I thought about it. But listen to this, though. So I'm going through what my idea was. Is I was like, I'm just going to follow the process. I'm going to go through, I'll just trust it, see what life happens with it. And they go, because it's really what it is. So the Squid Games challenge, the reality TV version, you really go into like the setting of Squid Games. They put you in the jumpsuit. They put
I've
you
seen
in the bunk beds.
I've watched it a few times.
Yeah. And so they have to make sure, because it's fully immersive, like you can't bring anything. They have to make sure that you can like mentally handle that. So you have to go and you have to see a psychiatrist. You have to do a background check. You have to go through all of these different phases.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You never think about it from that point of view.
Yeah, they
Holy
have to make
shit.
sure you're not going to wig out.
Kill somebody.
Or you're not going to get $4.5 million or whatever it is and
try to kill somebody.
Exactly. And then lose your freaking mind. And they're like, oh, well, we're responsible for that. So you have to make sure you're okay. And so I go through all the processes. I'm getting past psychiatric, background, then they get to social media. And I'm like, okay, doing comedy, who knows what they're going to find, right? I probably won't make it through this round. I get a call because it's all based in the UK. So I get a call from a woman out in London and she was like, hello, is this Bianca Prado? And I was like, yes, this is she. And she goes, I would just like to start by saying that I know Facebook's been around for a really long time and the person that you were back then is probably not the person that you are now. And immediately I'm like, I didn't really consider that because I was on Facebook in middle school, depressed in my bedroom, typing, and they go, we actually we found the word retarded on your page 136
That's
times.
hilarious.
and,
That's hilarious.
and I'm like, okay, well, how do I like control out, delete all of that? And then, yeah, so she like walks me through the process of deleting it. They found the F word. I was being a little bit more candid than you were with it. I don't know. I might get a cooking show one day at this trajectory that I'm on. But so I had to go delete a lot of shit that was all flagged on my Facebook wall.
Can I just need to write something down real quick because what you just told me reminded me of something that I need to remember, like a joke thing, like for my thing.
Yeah.
Can I write it down? It'll take 5 seconds.
Yeah, write it down.
I'll fucking forget if I don't.
Can you share it with us? Or
Yes, I'm going to share it with you. Then I'll put it on, but I need to write this down.
And ladies and gentlemen, what you're watching right now is when people come up and they ask a comedian, what's your process? How do you
This
write?
is the process.
It's this right here. You wait till something triggers a memory or you say something funny and then you write it down and then you bomb with it on stage 3 or 4 times until you figure it out. Or it goes great the first time and then you try to live the high of figuring out how to make it funny as you did when you said it the first time.
Yep. Okay, so that reminded me while you were saying that, which I didn't realize. Yeah, because if you're gonna have the chance to kill somebody on set for $4 million, like they got to do extensive background on you. So like,
Yeah.
and like that reminded me when I did the Netflix is not a joke or the Kevin Hart's Funny AF. I totally forgot about this. I should have wrote it down then. I remember, which it was really strange because like the whole casting process was like I think you had to send in for to be on the show, and I didn't send in. My agency called me after I got done in like Oregon and Washington. They were like, "Yo, send in to Netflix. They like want you to send something in." And like I sent it in, and like 2 days later I got it.
Oh, really?
And like it was like 2 weeks out from like starting to shoot, which is very usually I have casting figured out by then. But anyways, so I have to do that background check, that extensive. And that's like psychiatric person talking to me on the phone, making me fill out or like asking me questions while like while I'm viewing them, like on the Skype or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and like they want to do it like, at like fucking 1 p.m. or like there's only a certain amount of times they can like fit you in for this, and I got like a week to figure all this out before I can be on the show. So I have to take one where the time zone I'm in, I think I was in LA, it's like 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's 8 in the morning. So I wake up, hair, I didn't know what like how extensive this was.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wake up with bedhead like I'm talking to one of my managers or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like a doctor like with Netflix producers standing behind like, and I'm just like, oh shit, okay. Like,
You're like
and then I started realizing, I'm like, yo, my dick was trending on Twitter at one point. Like
Your
they're gonna background check that and find that. I'm gonna be, yeah. I got my dick sucked on this podcast by this
Oh, yes.
you seen it.
No, but I remember the era. Here's the thing, a little background story of Lazer and I. Lazer and I, we're gonna pick this up. Lazer and I did a show called The People You Know. And we had met through the show. Our first hangout was us shooting guns in wherever that place
No,
was.
I met you one other time, but that was the first time we hung out.
That was like our first real
Hang on.
experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we met like very
Vulcan or something like that.
yeah, stuff like that. Anyway, so Lazer and I are doing this show called The People You Know, and we were having a lot of fun. We're building up the show, and then right when things start like kind of like, oh, we're getting in a rhythm, Lazer decides he wants to do porn. And I'm like, wow, you should really, the next time you hitch your wagon to somebody, you should make sure they're not gonna go get their dick sucked on a podcast. Or I felt like I was doing damage control on your penis.
Yeah, you're like PR'd for it.
Yeah.
You're like handling the
We
business.
were talking
But that's
through.
not even the one I'm talking about. I'm talking
Oh,
about
yeah,
one
my
that
bad. Oh, my
literally
bad.
recently just happened, and it was.
Oh, it happened
kinda-
again?
Yeah, again, it keeps happening. I don't know, but dude, but this is like Ryan
That was my, yeah.
Ryan Powell has this show called he has this like pod called Pillow Talk, and it's like a really high end porn stars. Like it's like that industry's Rogan, I guess, if you want to call it that or whatever. But he interviews like everybody in the scene, and it's a huge thing out there. Gets a lot of views. And I have a midget friend from French Canada where he's like a porn star kid. He's like 20. And like when he went on there, he fucked Bonnie Blue. Like you don't have to fuck on it, but like you can. So he got to fuck Bonnie Blue. Bonnie Blue is like the most She's the one that, you know who Bonnie Blue is?
Yeah, the like.
The 1,000 winner.
Yeah.
So and I'm just like, whoa, that's badass. Like, and I'm in LA filming, and I know the guy, and he's like,
He's like, oh wait, do you want to fuck her?
no, 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 no,
Actually,
no, 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 no.
Bonnie, get out of here.
No, no, but I text him. I'm like, look, man, saw the shit with you and Tiny with Bonnie Blue. I go, hey, man, I'm not a porn star, but I'll come on that podcast and like fuck a porn star if that's what you need me to do. I said, I've done it before. I'll do it again. You know what I'm saying? And dude, he's like, yeah, I got you. So I get there. He's like, I got the perfect guest for you. I get there. I walk in the green room, and there what looks to be like a 14-year-old child in here, just sitting on this Hello Kitty thing. And I go, okay, well, bring your kid to work day? What is this? I mean, it's a late shoot, but whatever. She goes, hey, I'm Coco. And I go, Coco, what's up? Lazer. She goes, yeah. She goes, I'm the porn star today. And I go, what? I go, how old are you? She goes, I'm 28. I go, shut the fuck up. And so I'm like,
Did you just ask for an ID?
well, she said she didn't have it. Ryan had it. So that freaked me out even more. And you know, I'm like, and then she gives me a bump of cocaine. So I'm like, well, she's probably not 14. So you know what I'm saying? Hopefully not. And dude, I'm fucking in there. And we're doing a podcast. It's running smooth. But she's like, you can pull it up and look. She's a little fucked up. So she kind of looks, you know, it's kind, and I'm just kind of sitting there like, and he's like, you know, we get to the point, he's like, all right, you know, podcast, he goes, Lazer, you know, she wanted to fuck you on camera. Is that cool? And I go, I can't fuck somebody's kid. No, I can't do that. I was like, that girl's, after that's, he goes, no, you know, she's 28, and she goes, well, do you want her to just blow you? And I go, just let me see her ID. And she's 28, and she blew me, and it was fucking incredible. They stayed in the room and talked to me the whole time, but I thought Netflix was gonna be able to find that, but they didn't. It was wild.
Or they did. They're like, this is good shit.
You know what? Bring him on. We just want to let him pass.
Yeah. Bring him on. He's never going to win. We can't have him win, but we could have him there. That's probably what happened.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's how you finish the joke too. But like that happened. That's a thought process that I went through my mind.
You never
in
even
that
had a
psych
shot.
in that psych evaluation. Like it was wild. I was like, fuck. So yeah.
Yeah. You're kind of like an amateur porn star or mature. What are you?
I like the way you say that, mature.
You're a mature porn star.
Yeah, I did. And then just to follow that up, it happened again on my podcast with Lindsay Lee. She blew me after the. Anyways, what are we doing? How did we get here? We're so far off in the tall grass.
Well, we've been actually talking about maybe introducing a new segment where we bring Dale on, and we were just seeing what your level of comfortability was getting blown on camera.
Just wanted to see where I fit in.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
May not be a good start.
You want him to blow me?
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. No, did I? Never.
Look,
No, he's handsome young man.
beautiful.
I'll tell him that he is handsome, but I don't
Dale,
fuck
show him your
dudes.
fingers. He's got nimble fingers.
You're very bossy.
No, we have good times.
We have good times.
We have a good time. What's your favorite time? What's your favorite time with Bianca?
Probably when we went out to that goddamn lake. Out there.
The Lake of the Ozarks.
Lake of the Ozarks. And look, I don't mean to say this, but I'm going to say it, and I just, oh my God. Can't believe these words came out of my mouth. I was fucking a girl in Florida past weekend, and she looked like an older you.
Okay.
I actually tagged her in this podcast clip, and I go, this is who I'm talking about.
And what were the words?
I was like, that you look like my little sister.
Oh, that's what you said to her
But I
while you
couldn't
were
say,
fucking
yeah,
her?
look good, but I said little sister. I'm like, well, she's not my real sister, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
You've also called me your mother, too.
Yeah, but, yeah, well, you act like, I'm starting to realize something though, dude. Because I'm out on tour with Kim right now. Like, me and Kim did that little tribal oppression. And like, to be quite frank, like, you know, Kim can do her own thing and I can do my own thing. We make money, we'd be fine and shit like that. So I don't need, because you got to split it when you co-headline, which, you know, whatever, it's cool for, I like me and Kim get along, enjoy shit, we enjoy Florida. But dude, straight up, on some real shit. Not only like having a female presence around on tour, but a dominant female presence, because you got that same kind of presence, you know, like with the way you take care of shit, handle shit, book shit. She does too. But dude, me and her style of comedy mesh, overlap so motherfucking well. Dude, I got off, we were alternating, like going first and shit like that. And like, dude, there's times I go out in the crowd and watch her, and it was like the same thing I kind of saw when I saw Cam do his thing. Like just in their pocket, their star, like there's nothing kind of, and I was like, then we would get on stage and do like 20 minutes together roasting people. And I ain't never been able to fucking like jive on stage or something that way. I was like, dude, when's the last time you seen like a motherfucking girl and guy comedy duo? Like ever go on tours? I'm trying to remember something and I can't.
Well, you actually do well with a dominant woman
I
presence.
do.
I think that's why you compare so many people to your mother, is because
Yeah.
your mother is a dominant presence in your life, and I actually think that you seek that in women. From like my friendships with you, the women that you put in friendship positions in your life are dominant women.
Yeah.
Because you love women. You have a lot of women come in and
Yeah.
out of your life, and those typically I've met a lot of them. You stick them off on me when you go he'll bring a new woman around, and then he'll be like, oh, have you met my friend Bianca? And then you leave, and then now I'm too nice to walk away from this chick, and now I'm talking to a bag of bricks.
No, not all of them are dumb.
No, the
Not
one you
all.
brought here today was very nice.
She's very nice. Yeah.
Yes, and she seems smart and cool. In case she watches this, I wanted her to know that I felt that way about her. But anyway, the women that you bring around are a little bit more passive in your life, but the women that you choose as friends are way more dominant in your life, and I've actually noticed that about you. They're dominant personalities.
Yeah, because I can't have liabilities. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you got to know the difference between when you got girl homies and boy homies, because sometimes you can still be mean. Like, because if I'm roasting the shit out of my boy, you know, and I look at you as my boy,
Yeah.
you know, I don't look at you as a female. I look at you as like a dominant presence. You know, and now you are female, I still will protect you if some shit went down. But like that dominance thing, sometimes you got to realize like them still girls. Because sometimes
We've
I've
had chats.
I know where
Yeah.
I said some shit and you're like, yeah, my bad, homie. But yeah, no, I like it.
Yeah, I think you do very well with women. You're very respectful to women.
Yeah, well, and like I saw that with Kim. That's what I was getting back to. I saw that with Kim, like, you know, her being on tour with me, like, they, women come to the show and see that around me, and like like how we have a friendship like that and shit like that, and they feel, you know, because like their girls been coming close. She's like, yeah, you know, you look like, because I know what I fucking look like. Like I know what how the world perceives Uncle Lazer if you were perceiving Uncle Lazer. But I'm not here to change your mind on that. Like if you just gonna judge me by the cover of my book and not read my pages, there ain't no reason for you to fucking know me in the first place.
Yeah,
You know what I'm talking about?
it doesn't need to get farther than what it is.
You see what I'm saying? So like I just ain't got the energy for you. So like, you know, having Kim around, it kind of softens that nature of like, I mean, look, I'm still a crazy motherfucker and love having a good old time, party bad boy. But I'm not a piece of shit. And I like when, you know, it's and I'm not going to try to not tell you I'm not a piece of shit. Like if you can't see that, then you're not the people I need to know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't got that time and that energy for you.
Yeah. What is something that you wish more people knew about you that you feel like they don't? Or it takes a long time to get to and you kind of just wish people understood right off the bat?
That I'm smarter than what I am.
Mm-hmm.
That like I actually know what the fuck I'm doing. Because this thing about shit in life, people have a hard time seeing potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because that road ain't been built don't mean you can't get there, you know? And so it's hard to, you know, because when I tell my daddy, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna quit this job. Quit this $500,000 job and I'm gonna be a comic. And he just goes, that's retarded. What are you doing? And, you know, I respect my dad. So like, but he's like, look, you're a grown man. I'm like, look, man, if I don't do this, I always wonder what if, you know? So like, but just because it ain't been done don't mean it can't be done. And like a lot of people can't see that, you know what I'm saying? So I wish that would hurry up and people would see that, like how I see it, you know, because sometimes you get judged, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, motherfucker, just wait. Because like, and look, I know people say just wait, it's on the cusp, but something's coming, I can feel it. You can manifest the shit, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's just, look, I'll put it to you like this. There's an old quote, it's by, since it's soccer, go USA, motherfucker. US plays goddamn Blondo Wanderson or whatever it is. I know he's a big soccer guy, okay? But Zoltan, fucking on the fucking, you know what I'm talking? Zlatan, I always fuck his name up. So he's a badass gangster Swedish soccer player. He ain't soft like the rest of them fucking boys, okay? If you foul him, he will knock you the fuck out. He's my favorite soccer player of all time. When he came to LA at the tail end of his career for the LA Galaxy, fucking LeBron James sent him an autographed jersey that said, welcome to the city. He signed it and sent it back to LeBron. He's a gangster, and dude, he's doing a 60-minute interview. And this is, and I wish people could understand this aspect of life. And that they just can't. Like, I can do anything from range to range, right? And that's what he says. He's like, if you want me to be the good guy, I will be the good guy. If you want me to be the bad guy, I will be the bad guy. He says, it doesn't matter to me. I can play both of them well. He said, but if you're asking me what I want, he said, I want to be the bad guy. He said, because when people say they like you, you don't know if they like you. But when people say they hate you, you know that they fucking hate you. He said, my only problem is I turn all my haters into fans. So I guess I need more haters. and it's the most fucking on a 60-minute interview quote. I'm ready to run through a fucking wall. So yeah, it's just like, getting people to understand, like, because I burned my bridges so much in the beginning at Kill Tony. I go out there and I'm fucking in this national crowd and I'm doing these dog shit fucking jokes. And like I said, an audience see you one time, that's all they fucking seen you. And like a lot of people fall from grace like that, but I just kept digging. I'm like, look, I'm gonna get better. So I wish I wouldn't have done it that route.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have been this good at comedy now. And then got that opportunity what I got on Kill Tony. But everything is a time and a place. Like, dude, if COVID don't hit, Rogan don't move, and Tony don't follow him, and then they fucking start coming and doing that show, if I don't meet that witch, if I don't meet Bobby and them, like, none of this happens. I never dreamed of being a fucking comedian, a stand-up comedy. I watched goddamn Mad TV, SNL, and Whose Lines Anyway. That's the only kind of comedy shit I liked. And
also,
Chris,
too, you were making a lot of money. If you,
Yeah.
I mean, starting as an
At
open
30.
micer.
31, I'm starting.
Like-
At 31, not 22, 23. I have a 11-year Oilfield career, and I'm like, I gotta quit this to go do this.
But if you would have started as an open micer, making that much money, I think that the switch from you to go to stand up to or oil to comedy, I don't think you would have
No, I wouldn't have
considered
done
it
I wouldn't
because
at
you're
all.
like, why would I?
Fuck that. I wouldn't have. No,
So
I wouldn't
you
have.
almost had to walk into
Exactly.
a position of stardom.
That's what I'm
to
talking
have-
about.
to have
Tony
that
coming,
pitch.
the butterfly effect, the wing of a butterfly flap. It could just, if COVID never happens, if Tony don't follow Joe, like if I don't fall from grace, from getting drunk that night and get fucked up on stage, it does not kick in for me to get better. But I mean, like, I just was so fucking mad. I wish I could do it a different way, but then sometimes I'm like, I'm glad I did it this kind of way. But this way, I feel is a lot harder because you're under immense pressure and like, it gives you enough clarity to be like, I can quit this job and make anything of myself. And you realize, motherfucker, maybe I can't. And those are some dark times.
And you have to go through those dark times.
That self-doubt shit I hate doing it. I say shit, I manifest that shit with that Nikola Tesla 369. Every morning, write it down 3 times, say it 6, write it down 9 again. Then fucking when you go to bed, write it 3, say it 6, write it 9. It's fruition, it's manifestation. Same shit, but when you're in self-doubt, it's hard to see a fucking clear path. You know what I'm talking about? So.
I feel like something that's been really beneficial for me is I've kind of got this like unwavering like belief in myself of just, and I'm okay with however long it takes. I'm okay if it takes 10 years. I'm okay if it takes less than that, more than that, whatever, because I just believe it'll happen, which almost makes all of the loss, all of the failures, all of the times that because you're like, I'm just in a phase. Whatever phase this is, it's because I have to learn this lesson. So if you just ultimately believe in yourself, you know that you at some point will be successful, will make it there. Then when you hit that rock bottom, when you hit that stall, when you are trying to find your way, you're like, this is okay, because this is clearly a lesson I need to learn. This is clearly something I need to pick myself up from. And I'll get there, but I can't get there unless I learn this lesson. And so by just having that ultimate faith in yourself, it makes all of those negative things, all of those hard times, just another thing that you got to get through.
Well, yeah, because, dude, I don't want you to give me an undefeated army, okay, or an undefeated guy, because he don't know how to fall. Because in the fall, when you hit the ground, you understand if you're going to get back up or not. Like, you better believe in yourself because no one else is going to. My dad used to tell me all the time when they didn't make shit on the baseball team. He's like, no one cares that you're crying. No one gives a fuck. Like, you better believe in yourself and get better. And like, but on the flip side of that coin, you can follow it blindly to a point of delusion. Like, I know some people come off stage and I'm like, how'd you do? And I did great. Crowd was great. And I watch up there for 10 minutes and watch them fucking bomb. There is a difference between self-belief and motherfucking delusion.
Well, that's lack of self-awareness.
Exactly.
Having self-belief is one thing. Having a lack of self-awareness is another thing. That's your greatest enemy.
And look, I'm going to tell you, some of them at the top got a bunch of yes-mans around them and just giving them green lights on shit. When sometimes you need a motherfucking friend that don't see it in a comedy sense or don't see it in a line of work that you do. Sometimes you need to step out that goddamn comfort box and go get your ass handed to you on some shit. Maybe you got to go eat a dick here somewhere and there along the road. When you get complacent at the top, like you start
You gotta have people
connecting.
disagree with you and push against
Motherfucker,
you.
you got to have it.
Yeah.
Because iron sharpens iron, homie. You're a goddamn dull butter knife standing up there where it's cozy.
Yeah, because you
hear
had
me?
everybody too scared to cross you, everybody saying yes to you. Totally. Well, and even too, like, talking about like sports and whatever.
It's hot in here, is it not? How
yeah,
much
it's getting
longer
hot.
we got in this motherfucker?
We're at 55 minutes.
Turn the AC back on for the last 5. Let's get it.
Yeah, you wanna- yeah,
Where's
just-
my girlfriend at, dude? Did she try to text me? No, she hates me. That's okay.
She's at a nice place, having a coffee and a beer.
Yeah, but I
across
want
the
her to
street.
watch this, dude. I get all deep, makes her horny with sexual. Dude, I'm gonna tell you something. Christ Almighty. This might be some of the best sex I've ever had in my life.
From the girl here?
Yeah, shh, stop.
She's not in here.
Stop, I know, but we're putting out for wishing. She's a witch. She can hear through walls and shit. Oh, speaking of which, I'll end it on this one with you. Remember the witch that I always talked about? That
Yeah.
Jessica girl? She came to my show Thursday night in Jacksonville. I hadn't seen her in 2.5 years. Apparently, I reached out to her on TikTok when I was drunk, like 6 months ago, when I knew I was going to be in Jacksonville because I knew she lived out there. And I did it. And that night, Kim went first, and she's like in the front row. And
She went to the front row?
front row.
That's weird.
Diabolical. By herself. Hot as a motherfucker. Hot as a firecracker. And Kim's like, damn, Lazer's going to have fun with you up here. As she was getting ready, she goes, yeah, he will, because I'm his fucking ex-witch. And Kim's like, Kim is loving it. She's just hurrying to get me up there because she went, dude, I did my whole fucking 30 minutes on her. I just looked at her the whole time. I was like, fuck all these people. It's me and you in here right now.
Yeah.
But I made it really funny because a lot of the shit is based off of her, so I could just tag wing into shit, carve in and out. It was so much fun.
Was she enjoying it?
Yeah. We went home and fucked and got our closure. Yeah.
Really?
It was cool because in the sense of, it was cool because there was one thing that stuck with me when we broke up. We broke up a million times, but one thing that kind of hurt me, not hurt me, but made me like realize some shit that maybe I couldn't change. You know, that's when I was like really popping off in that TikTok shit. I was doing the mirror videos, like, fucking blow your mother's back out, so I was just getting eyes on me. And it was cool, it was funny, whatever. But, she's like, you think I'm fucking any respectable and wants to be with a man who wants to talk on the fucking internet talking about blowing them fucking woman's back out, blah, blah. And that always stuck with me. And that night, the other night, gave me like a sense of closure and a closing of a book where like, bitch, I told you I wasn't just that. I said, just watch the process. I got to get these eyes on me because I got to get out of this oil field. So I got to have fans. And then I can mold and craft these motherfuckers. I said, but I got to be eccentric at first because I ain't got time to go through the fucking open mic stage. I don't have that time. I'm too old and I can't miss this money. So like watching her like
get
it all in and being like, oh shit.
I made a mistake.
No, not that she made a mistake, and because I don't think we could ever be together again. But for the first time in a long time since we first started dating, where we were truly happy, she was calm, and it was a really, we stayed together there for the night. And I know like there's nothing else. Because at some point in love, you put so much on the motherfucking field that you become a shell yourself, and if it gets to a point where you can walk away from relationship, there's nothing more else that I could physically, mentally, or spiritually do. This just ain't meant to be, no matter how good it once was. Because some things just can't be mended and bridges just can't be repaired. And so time can only fix that. Time can only leave a scar. And through the scar, maybe you can find some closure. But that sense of like, I told you I wasn't going to be what you thought I was going to be.
And you know what? You honestly probably became that person because of her saying that.
Yep. Once again, yep.
Yeah. Like if she would have never said that to you, or if she would have never had that doubt in you, it would have never maybe projected you to being the guy that you are now.
Yeah.
What's something that really interests you, that you really get to like geek out over, that you often don't get to talk about, that you would like to share with me here today? Just something that like you find really interesting, a topic that you could go in on, something that sparks you.
Aliens.
Aliens? What do you have about aliens? I don't know much about aliens. They're real? It's kind of crazy that they said aliens were real and everybody just was like, and?
Yeah, we kind of knew. I just think all of history has been altered and that there's something far superior and more divine out there with consciousness. I think I think there's some kind of advanced society that is influencing both sides of this to see how we become. I think religion is kind of stupid and like a cultivating, controlling art form of how to keep people away from reaching true nirvana and consciousness as a whole, as an efficient species, to elevate to the next level dimension of consciousness. I think Alex Jones is right on a lot of shit.
Or is religion real because God was an alien?
No, I think there's divine inner beings of stuff that's more powerful than us that guides us and helps us. And I don't think we
as
pay,
in like a higher power?
yeah, as in like paying a homage and like to, like there's watchers, there's people that look over us. I do believe that.
I have a belief, like when people ask me if I'm religious, I say I'm spiritual. And it's like, because I believe that there's a higher version of myself that I've lived many lives, and that higher version of me knows and remembers all of that life, those lives that I've lived. So in this life, I don't have to carry that burden of memory. But ultimately, that higher power knows all of the lessons I've learned and has propelled me through life. And it's kind of like my ultimate guidance. And if I just trust that and trust that as long as I'm doing my best to be a good person, I'll have success in this life.
Yeah, I think that's frequency. I think that flows. It's like circle of life, positive current. But yeah, I mean, I don't really know, like, because now, like, one cool like thing about being able to travel and see the world, you get you get to be in front of and realign with people that in any other shape, way, or form you never meet. I've met some of the, so I've been on the road. I've met some of the coolest people I've ever met in my entire life. And had I not had a lane to go do this, I never would know that these genuine people like you and you know, I mean, some of the coolest, like not only like women, but like dudes too, like just homies, like people. I'm just like, damn, like there are people out here that think exactly like me and can flow on that same wavelength and have the same, like there's good people still. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Yeah.
world's such a fucking shithole place sometimes. And if you just turn off your fucking TV and love thy neighbor and shit, I think like, you know, we can all fucking, it's just, it feels like for in history, like right now, this time we're the most divided we've ever been. And like even during the civil rights movement, like shit is just, it's more divided. And like it feels planted to some degree to me.
Well, in that case, it's like, then is technology really the alien?
I-
Because, like, you
I
know,
think
with
that's the other
algorithms
battle.
and everything,
I
it's
think
like
that's the other battle.
we have no common ground. Like, even before, you know, when people listen to the radio, everybody knew what the biggest song was at the time because you listened to it on the radio. When you had cable TV, you knew what the biggest show was because everybody watched the same TV.
Dude.
Now there's so many different platforms to
Views,
consume
ideologies,
music,
and
use
it's
algorithms
fucking tailored to which way
to
you're
you.
leaning, to which way you're leaning. If you're indecision, it'll find it within a couple months, dude. It's so, and we're so, dude. There, I was fucking this retarded witch this one time. Not there's a total different one back when I was in San Marcos. She said the one thing that I never really understood it until I looked at it that way. We're tripping mushrooms, having a blast. She's one of those. If you've done it, she's done it 10 times better. Her trips are cooler. Blah blah blah. Those just done did it types. I hate them. But she said something. She goes, you know why when you look at your phone on mushrooms and it looks distorted and all wiggly and shit, or like it doesn't look like the rest of your surroundings. Like it's kind of hard to do a text message on mushrooms. You ever been on a big trip
Yeah.
and it's hard to fucking navigate the shit? She goes, because that's the one item that keeps us all plugged into the matrix. It's the shit that stimulates our brains day in and day out and keeps us all connected. When you take mushrooms, the world around you becomes your breath, your frequency. That shit is a key to destroy that. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
holy fuck. I was like, still please leave, but that was deep. It's like, dude, we are so connected, and like it's just getting, it's weird, man. Remember
Yeah.
what it was like to maybe just not have a phone and like had to see the fucking bicycles at the house in the neighborhood. That's where everybody was playing video games.
I've
at?
really thought about just moving my number over, like getting my number also put on a landline. And so if you want to call me, it's got to go through my landline, and then I go and I check my text on my computer whenever I need to. But yeah, I think that our phones and technology, it's I also think that it's made when you talk about division. I was thinking about this. So I have a really love for history. I've been really getting into more history things. I'm watching this thing on like just the founding of America, and they're talking about the stamp tax that happened, and when the British taxed the Americans, or at this point we were colonists, taxes on stamps. They all took to the streets and they were mad, and that was over a fucking tax on a stamp. Now, because people have their phones, they don't have to go get mad in the streets. They don't have to revolt. They don't have to go put up a fight.
That's a good point.
Because they can go on Twitter and say, I don't like that this is happening, puts phone away, and then goes and grabs a coffee somewhere. You know, like there's no sense of revolt. There's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of overthrowing the bad guy, because you can say your piece and then move on and not think
Well,
about
there's
it.
nobody's getting punched in the fucking nose anymore. There's no repercussions when people say shit because
Yeah.
they can sit so safely in behind their keyboards. Like, dude, you get into a fight. The one thing about fighting, you know, whether it be to the death or for sport, you learn something in a way that you cannot learn in any which way. Like you can disagree and fucking hate each other, but until till one of you dominates the other, you won't get your, and you still points might not be proven, but you'll respect the ideology of it.
And that's why it's really hard to be a woman in this world,
That's
because
what I'm saying. That's why you got to
because
carry.
I'll never win at a fight against a
That's
man.
why you need to carry a gun
Yeah.
everywhere you go. Pepper spray, bear mace, whatever you need.
Yeah.
They build butt plugs with, like, you know, goddamn brass knuckles now. Would pick your poison. Thanks for having me, dude. It's so hot in here.
Yeah, thank you. We have to turn off the AC for the sound, but just so that they all knew. So you just worked up a storm.
Hot in here, guys.
I actually
it's
think
literally probably about 112 in here. We're in a barn. We're in somebody's fucking opium den garage. Someone's mom's that actually opens into a garage with a basketball goal out here. 112 in here. Thank you, Bianca Prado.
Thank you, Uncle Lazer. Hey, thank you. I love you.
Love
You're one
you
of
too,
my favorite people, and I'm glad you did
I know.
this.
Thank you, baby.